On the line, State Senator from Chesterfield, Steve Martin, Republican, also one of 7 candidates vying for the Republican nomination for lieutenant governor. Now the target of one of these creepy negative ads where nobody will take ownership of them. Great to have you with us, Senator Martin.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Look, I got this ad. I don't really want to get off this thing because it's driving me bananas. Because I get this direct mail piece in my mailbox going after Steve Martin, Jean Marie Davis, Scott Ligenfelter. Now, this is like doubling down on Scott. They've gone after him 2 times. I don't know if it's something he said. Then a couple weeks ago, they're going negative on Pete Snyder. Nobody will stand behind him. We've traced some of these back to Corey Stewart. Now, this ad has got Corey Stewart's picture on it saying, vote for Corey. You know, now, this idea that what was sent out by somebody like a Machiavellian thing, hey, this thing was first class, Steve. This thing cost, I'm estimating, about $12,000 to produce, label, send out. Coupled with the fact that you got to have the list of delegates. So this idea, we had a caller and everything that said, oh, the Democrats sent it out. No, they didn't, because they don't have the list of delegates.
They wouldn't have access to
only the candidates have the list of delegates. So it's got to be one of the campaigns. It's not the Democrats or Terry McAuliffe or somebody else. It is one of these candidates. My question to you...
When you've got 3 people that are the villain and one that's the hero in the piece, you know it's being done for a particular candidate. And when this stuff keeps going time after time, and by the way, you said Scott got hit once before. No, he also got hit by phone calls.
A robocall.
Yes, as well. So it's been more than once. So this stuff keeps targeting other folks and making one person a hero and the other the villain. You know who it's being done for, and the people that are part of those organizations, as best we've been able to research back, are affiliated with a particular candidate, and there's also just you know who the personnel are for people and their history of what they will and will not do.
Well, you know what? That's an issue, Senator, because we're determined to get to the bottom of this thing. You know, we've asked one of Corey's campaign consultants, Steve Waters, to come on. He's refused it. Now Corey says he called up Jean Marie Davis and apologized. Did he call you up?
Did you ask if he called me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so he didn't call you. I already talked to Scott. He didn't call Scott. He didn't call Pete Snyder. So he calls up one candidate. I mean, this thing stinks. Now I want to get this other question. We had Sean Kenney on a few minutes ago. All right, here's my question, and you just brought it up. Sean said, "Hey, this guy's Corey Stewart's campaign manager, Patrick Lee, is a guy that allegedly worked for Mark Obenshain campaign, allegedly stole a Rob Bell staffer's cell phone to download their data. Obenshain fired him. Corey hires him. What do you make of that?"
I don't know about the word firing, and I wasn't there when either of those actions took place. But when they supposedly took place, the buzz in the hallways around the Capitol were pretty clear, and folks were talking very clearly about what had just happened in terms of someone absconding with a cell phone and being caught and wound up thrown in a dumpster and all that. Yeah, but as to a firing, he had to leave his. I think he left his place of employment at that time with Mark Obenshain, and Corey did hire him. Yes.
So you got to ask yourself, and I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Jean Marie Davis. Having that information, would you hire that individual to run your campaign?
No. If I knew that, I would certainly not. That would not be somebody that I would want running my organization.
All right, now, Senator, so far you've been kind of off the negative campaign radar screen until you just got hit with this mailer Monday. Why do you think you got singled out here?
Was the question why you think I was targeted?
It is, sir.
Yes. Okay. I think clearly the one only targets those they feel that they need to. I mean, he did not campaign, and we're a threat. The facts are correct as it relates to the mail piece saying that 66%. There's been a 66% in spending growth over the 10-year period. But what he failed to mention is that I voted against the budget bills that approved that spending, authorized that spending. And so the implication was that somehow I was guilty of increasing our budget by 66%. So it's false, and I think he certainly targeted us for the purposes of trying to stop our momentum.
So then, I mean, he had to know that you were behind it, because when it's been targeted, my question is, this targeted mailer has to come from another campaign because they mailed it to the delegates, and only you guys have access to that list, right?
Well, I'm not sure about that. I believe that that's true. I think the state party has only given us access to it. So I believe that is correct. But since I don't get in those nuts and bolts myself, I'm not going to swear by that. The party, I know that the party limits access to their voter lists to candidates that have nominations, and then delegate lists are supposed to limit it to only those candidates who are seeking the nomination. So that's probably correct, but I'm not going to swear by that, okay?
All right. Senator, let me ask you this. Going into this nominating convention in 10 days, where does your campaign shape up right now?
Well, my campaign is doing well. I mean, I'm securing more and more votes in the greater Richmond area, and the 5th District and 6th District and 9th District to our west. We just completed our 4th meet and greet opportunity for the historic Triangle area from Yorktown up to New Kent, Charles City area last night, meeting with folks in the Tri-Cities today and making calls. I make very personal contacts. We're shaping up real well to be in the top of the field, and very, very well prepared to win the nomination on the 18th. And that if that were not true, and Corey was not aware of that, this organization would not have attacked me on his behalf.
Right, so that's the bottom line. Obviously, you're saying the Stewart campaign has done internal polling or whatever. They know you've got traction, so bang, now all of a sudden you show up on the hit end of a bogus negative mailer with false information.
And if that weren't true, it wouldn't have been so absurd. I mean, it was out of the blue, bizarre hit that no one would think would happen. To accuse Steve Martin of having increased our budget by 66% over a time period when he knows full well that the reason why, I mean, he's had the information in front of him for years. The reason I'm not on the Finance Committee, despite my seniority in the Senate, is because I am willing to oppose budgets. I have a history of pointing out our overspending and speaking to it.
Senator, here's my question. With all this has come out, these negative campaign ads that are all getting tied back to the Stewart campaign relentlessly. This last mailer we know cost somewhere in the area of $12,000 to $13,000 to send out. Could be a little bit over than that. Does this raise the question for the delegates that go into that convention that, hey, maybe this guy is just not going to help the ticket if this is his character? Here's my question. In this campaign right now, does character matter?
Yes. As a matter of fact, the thing that we need to carry strong into this general election is the issue of integrity, because McAuliffe lacks it. The thing that the two really big things that we have going for us is the integrity of our candidates, including and most importantly Ken Cuccinelli, and the lack of integrity of Terry McAuliffe. And so this just to add someone like this on our ticket would raise serious questions, and folks in the area he serves is always already aware of the problems that they've had to deal with throughout the years.
Right, and some of them revolve around eminent domain, developers, taxes. I mean, one thing he did when he was on our show was try to explain to me how he cut taxes when he increased the mill. And I still can't figure that math out.
Well, what he's claiming is because everybody's property values have gone down and there's less spending and job creation, then somehow that's a tax cut. Yeah.
Okay, we are just about out of time. I want to be sure, Senator, for our listeners that want to get involved and learn more about your campaign, what's your website? What do they do? Where do they go?
It's senatorstevemartin.com. And one could email me directly at steve@senatorstevemartin.com. And if you have any questions whatsoever or anything you'd like to get from us here in these final days before the convention, please feel free to call us. We're going to be having our hospitality suite in the Liberty Lounge in the main lobby of the Marriott, the big party area, and we hope that you'll join us on Friday evening, the 17th, if you're in town. And on the morning of the 18th, grab a Martin sign and take it in with you and carry it for us in support of our campaign. Look forward to seeing you.
Okay, Senator, we thank you, and thank you for joining the John Fredericks Show. And I'm definitely going to take your offer up on the hospitality suite. This is the John Fredericks Show.